Good morning, humans. How are you? This is a Cartridge and Disc podcast. This is your Gen X gamer here. Thank you for joining me once again in the morning drive. What do we have for you today? Well, we got a couple of things to talk about. Let's catch up with the gaming news. First of all, let's talk about Yuki Naka. Yuki Naka, our favorite Sonic the Hedgehog bro. He got off easy. He got 2.5 years, but he got 4 years suspended. You know, I think the judge played video games. He got off easy on insider trading. Man, it's so disappointing, right? You never know what goes inside a person's head, inside of mine, inside, desperation. We just don't know his situation, right? So basically, he was found guilty. Like I told you before, if you get arrested in Japan, you're screwed, because they only arrest you when they're like 95% sure that they can convict you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have you dead to rights. Their conviction rate is something like crazy, something like 96, 99% or something like that. And it's just because they're very diligent. By the time they take you to court, they have the goods on you, right? So there really is no escaping once you get arrested, as I told you months before. And here's the results. You got convicted, but I'm telling you, the judge out there must have been, that's my boy, I can't do this to Sonic. Man, if it was anybody else, I don't think he would have gotten off that easy, because we're talking about hundreds of thousands here. He was trying to do insider trading with a mobile game, and that's what happened, right? But it is what it is. He got off easy, so hopefully if he doesn't commit any crimes in the next 4 years, he should be okay, right? Another thing I want to talk about in the news was Sega pausing their interest in cryptocurrency. As you guys well know, I am in favor of cryptocurrencies. However, at this point, I think it's too early. I think everybody jumped the gun a little bit. And it's not going to be able to move forward without regulation. And that's what a lot of these companies have seen. Now, a lot of companies that you see that were gung-ho, that are backing away, are doing for two reasons. One of them is a crypto crash, right? The other is that if they're not regulated, they can't be insured, right? They can't be insured. Now, this type of gaming, crypto gaming, if you will, is not for every game. It's really going to be for games that you're going to be playing all the time. Say like a Fortnite type game, right? Because one of the things that people don't realize is that whenever you have, for example, let's say you have a crypto digital dollar, right? That is well regulated. Then you can actually play video games for a living, right? This is the part that all these naysayers, right? These gatekeepers that just get their panties in a bunch whenever you mention crypto don't realize, and they're trying to keep you and many people out of, making money like they do, right? If there's a crypto, you don't need to be a streamer, but I will get into that in a separate video. So Sega stepping away and pausing on that, and so is, for example, Square Enix. So that is something that they're going to put on hold. Those super games that Sega was making, I think they're due out 2026, if memory serves me right. But at this point, they will not have crypto in them at all. At least that's the plan for now. They just put a pause on that. Now, it's interesting that they said they're going to put a pause in it because they might use it in other ways. We just don't know right now. But I find it hard to believe that anybody's going to insure any type of business in crypto in this environment. I just don't see it being done. Anyway, guys, last but not least, I wanted to talk about Square Enix. Square Enix, they've been doing a lot of remakes, remasters, if you will. And they have such a big library, you know, that they can go back to, that they really should, you know, make a lot of those games. I mean, I'm really just thinking about one, Xenogears, a game that I own, right, on the PlayStation. But they have quite a library, you know, and whenever you're talking about remasters, you know, as far as business, you're talking about making a game that already has been successful, right? That already has an audience. You can't wait too long, man. You know, some people that played these as kids, they're in their, you know, mid-30s now, maybe, you know, late 40s, I don't know. But you can't let your audience go like that and just make dead properties, you know, just have dead properties. I mean, other companies have done it, and look where they ended up. And, you know, you have to give credit where credit is due. You know, a lot of these older companies like, you know, Atari and other companies that are going back and remaking their games, they have made money. You know, they have made money. Whether it's Square Enix, Nintendo, you can take those properties, relaunch them, and have a brand new audience and just rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? Because we love the games as they are, right? Look at the new Mario that's coming out, the 2D platformer. That is going to sell like bonkers, man. I'm telling you. Day one, everybody's playing that game, especially with a movie coming out and stuff like that. So there's many sources of revenues for these companies, you know, and re-releasing a lot of the properties that we love, number one, is one of them, because the prices on original hardware are through the roof, number one. Number two, who's going to spend that kind of money to play an old game with older graphics? Not a lot of people, right? Maybe just us game hoarders out here in the universe that are hoarding all these games and driving the prices up. But that's a very small audience. There's not enough of us to create a decent market for that. But if you re-release the game, you have a brand new, you know, set of eyeballs on that, new merchandising, new everything, and you already have a small guaranteed audience that's going to hype up the game for you. You know, all the retro gamers out there. So if they do a decent job in redoing the game, and a lot of times all they have to do is reskin it, people already like the gameplay. You just do a couple of minor tweaks, and that's it. Success is guaranteed. All right, guys, this is the first one, right? This is the first one of the morning. I got another, I want to say another 45 minutes on the road here. So stay tuned for the second video. The second video will be on crypto, right? Everybody hates crypto. Probably that's what I'll call it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.